Stars are huge celestial bodies made mostly of hydrogen and helium that produce light and heat from the churning nuclear forges inside their cores. Aside from our sun, the dots of light we see in the sky are all light years away from Earth. They are the building blocks of galaxies, of which there are billions in the universe. Hello friends and welcome to Facts Royale. Today I'm going to tell you 10 fascinating facts about the stars that we see in the night sky. So let's begin. Fact number 10. Every star you see in the night sky is bigger and brighter than our sun. Of the 5,000 or so stars brighter than magnitude 6, only a handful of very faint stars are approximately the same size and brightness of our sun, and the rest are all bigger and brighter. Of the 500 or so that are brighter than the 4th magnitude, which includes essentially every star visible to the unaided eye from an urban location, all are intrinsically bigger and brighter than our sun, many by a large percentage. Of the 50 brightest stars visible to the human eye from Earth, the least intrinsically bright is Alpha Centauri, which is still more than 1.5 times more luminous than our sun and cannot be easily seen from most of the northern hemisphere. Fact number 9. You can't see millions of stars on a dark night. Despite what you may hear in TV commercials, poems and songs, you cannot see a million stars anywhere. They simply are not close enough and bright enough. On a really exceptional night with no moon and far from any source of light, a person with very good eyesight may be able to see 2000 to 2500 stars at one time. Counting even this small number still would be difficult. So the next time you hear someone claim to have seen a million stars in the sky, just appreciate it as artistic license or exuberant exaggeration, because it isn't true. Fact number 8. Red is not always hot and cool is not always blue. We are accustomed to referring to things that are red as hot and those that are blue as cool. This is not entirely unreasonable, since a red glowing fireplace poker is hot and ice, especially in glaciers and polar regions, can have a bluish cast. But we say that only because our day experience is limited. In fact, heated objects change color as their temperature changes, and red represents the lowest temperature at which a heated object can glow in visible light. As it gets hotter, the color changes to white and ultimately to blue. So the red stars you see in the sky are the coolest and the blue stars are the hottest. So if you think that something is glowing in front of you and it's blue, don't dare to touch it, cause it'd be really hot. Fact number 7. Stars are black bodies. Don't take it in a physical form. It's scientific. A black body is an object that absorbs 100% of all electromagnetic radiations, that is, light, radio waves, and so on, that falls on it. A black body absorbs all the radiant energy that hits it, but does not forbid it from re-emitting the energy. In the case of a star, it absorbs all radiation that falls on it, but it also radiates back into space much more than it absorbs. Thus, a star is a black body that glows with great brilliance. An even more perfect black body is a black hole, but of course it appears truly black and radiates no light. So, I wish I had a bank account like this, in which I had to spend less money and I will get more money. In fiction, of course, but I wish. Fact number 6. A star is born, just like a mammal or any other creature. The life cycle of a star spans billions of years. As a general rule, the more massive the star, the shorter its lifespan. Birth takes place inside hydrogen-based dust clouds called nebula. Over the course of thousands of years, gravity causes pockets of dense matter inside nebula to collapse under their own weight. One of these contracting masses of gases, known as protostar, represents a star's nascent phase because the dust in the nebula obscures them. Protostars can be difficult for astronomers to detect. As a protostar gets smaller, it spins faster because of the conservation of angular momentum, the same principle that causes a spinning ice skater to accelerate when she pushes in her arms. Increasing pressure creates rising temperature, and during this, a star enters what is known as the relatively brief T-Tauri phase. Well, the pocket in this one is not the normal jeans pocket in which you can keep your currency or anything that you want. It's a huge pocket. Even a whole earth can go in that. So keep that in mind. Fact number 5. Stars show their power through brightness. Some stars shine more brightly than others. Their brightness is a factor of how much energy they put out, known as a luminosity, and how far away from Earth they are. Color can also vary from star to star because their temperatures are not all the same. As I told you before, that the hottest is the blue and the less hottest or the coolest is red. Hot stars appear white or blue, as I said, whereas cooler stars appear to have orange or red hues. By plotting these and other variables on a graph called the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram, astronomers can classify stars into groups along with main sequence and white dwarf stars. Other groups include dwarfs, giants, and supergiants. Supergiants may have radii 1,000 times larger than that of our own sun. Stars spend 90% of their lives in their main sequence phase. Now around 4.6 billion years old, Earth's sun is considered as an average-sized yellow dwarf star, and astronomers predict it will remain in its main sequence stage for several billion more years. As stars move towards the end of their lives, much of their hydrogen has been converted to helium. Helium sinks to the star's cores and raises the star's temperature, causing its outer shell of hot gases to expand. These large swelling stars are known as red giants, but there are different ways a star's life can end, and its fate depends on how massive the star is. So, our lives are clearly safe for the next billion years or more. Fact number 4. Stars don't actually twinkle. Well, despite the fact that many children are taught the song Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, stars don't actually twinkle. Science has revealed many intriguing star facts, including the fact that the twinkling that we see is actually a property of Earth's turbulent atmosphere. The light from a star passes through the Earth's atmosphere, which has many layers with different densities. This deflects the light, changing its color and intensity. The result of many deflections, especially near the horizon, is the twinkling that we associate with stars. If you could see stars above the Earth's atmosphere, they would cease to appear to be twinkling. Perhaps it's time to rethink the conventional nursery rhymes. So never believe the rhymes, especially this one. Fact number 3. Most stars exist in pairs. Although all stars appear to be individual stars in the sky, many stars actually exist in pairs. These stars are known as binary stars. A binary star consists of two stars orbiting a common center of gravity. In addition to pairs, star systems can consist of 3, 4, or even more stars. However, each binary or multiple star system is seen as a single twinkling star from Earth. So whatever you're seeing, not probably there is one star. There can be two, and it seems that there is one star. Don't get confused. Fact number 2. You probably know that Sun is the closest star to our planet Earth. But stars are not close to one another. Keeping the binary system aside, most stars are sitting there with no one around for huge distances in any direction. Our Sun is no exception. The closest star to us, Proxima Centauri, is 4.24 million years away, or 70,000 years away in our fastest spacecraft. So if the Sun were a 4 centimeter diameter ping pong ball in New York. The closest star in another ping pong ball 1153 km or 743 miles away in Atlanta. So now you know that stars are so bored all alone. Moving on to our fact number 1, that is a star 19 quadrillion miles away is visible from all over the world. From almost anywhere in the inhabited world, it's possible to see the bright star Deneb in Cygnus. This star is located approximately 19 quadrillion miles away. In addition to the stars, the Andromeda Galaxy and the Triangulum Galaxy are visible from Earth under certain conditions. These galaxies are approximately 15 and 18 quintillion miles away, respectively. So perhaps you don't need to get your eyes checked after all. Okay friends, so at last we have reached at the end of our video. Do let me know in the comment section which fascinating fact about stars twinkled your brain the most. Except stars don't twinkle. So keep exploring and thanks for giving me your time.